Conferences mean circle dates, colors, community, history.
Are you ready? Let's get out there and get out. Play like what you are.
Lifelong memories made with rivalries reborn year after year, like this year. Now the time has come for tickets to be punched and titles won.
You can't give her that much space. The heat.
Welcome to Champions.
You are watching ESPN's Champ Week presented by Principal. This is the WCC Women's Basketball Championship. Welcome to Las Vegas. We are all set for today's title game, and it's a good one. Top-seeded and 14th ranked Gonzaga taking on third-seeded Portland, the defending tournament champs. New Orleans Arena is going to be rocking and rolling. Well, while the Zags cruised into the finals yesterday, the Pilots needed the last-second heroics of Lucy Cochran to seal the win against Santa Clara, the league's top shot blocker for the last 3 straight years, coming up huge, and the Pilots advance. A quick look at our tournament brackets. The Zags taking care of Pacific, while the Pilots win that thriller against Santa Clara. Good afternoon, everybody. And just joined by my broadcast partner. That's my good friend, Jennifer Mountain. All right, the scene is set. Perfect dream matchup. Northwest rivals going at it.
Absolutely. You have a Portland squad coming in with a big victory. They are in the finals for the 3rd time in the last 5 years. And then Gonzaga on a mission for an undefeated season and punching that ticket.
These two teams met in an absolute dandy last year on this exact same floor. The Pilots with the huge rally to upset the Zags.
Well, and Alex Fowler, who has since graduated, a big and one opportunity to put them up in this game. And then it's all about defense for these Pilots. They did a great job down the stretch. Emmy Shear with a big defensive stop, getting the charge, and then those 50-50 balls, which will be important today. One of the keys, they did a great job of making a play and getting it done.
The Zags were ranked 16th at the time. JMO led by 6 points with 2:45 left. Defense ruled the roost for the Pilots.
Oh, absolutely. You look at those 29 points off the 24 turnovers. That will be a huge factor today. The Zags with 25 yesterday. And Maisie Burnham, you saw the 19 points. She had a great performance yesterday. Has to repeat.
Gonzaga, 24 straight wins, number 14 in the country. They will be in their home whites, coming in at 30-2, 16-0 in Pac-12 play. Portland at 20-12, 10-6, in WCC play, and we are underway.
You're going to see Portland in a lot of different types of zones, trying to put a lot of pressure and turn these Zags over.
High-low right off the bat for Gonzaga.
Well, the inside presence of Gonzaga is so good. Portland's got to be able to stand the high-low.
Dickey and Burnham have been spectacular for the Portland Pilots. We'll see if Cochran and Shear can help out offensively. Shear, ball knocked away, recovering, Meek, triple.
Well, that is a great start for the Pilots. Mikkel Meek struggling from the three-point line, battling injuries all season long. She was huge in their victory last year against the Zags.
Rimming out, Dickey, one and done. Let's see who can crash those offensive boards today, Jennifer Mountain, and get second chance opportunities. Cochran very quiet offensively yesterday in that semifinal victory. That's got to change for the Pilots.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ann. She's got to be a presence inside. And Emmy Shear with a quick turnover.
There's a good look at Mike Meek. 5th season. 4 20-win seasons and a pair of WCC tournament titles in his short tenure in Portland.
Yeah, he's been terrific, and he's created a culture. He's got great recruiting. He's got this group believing.
Wild shot by Hollingsworth. And Maxwell is there to mop up.
Yeah, unfortunate right there for the Pilots. Just kind of went off Shear's head. Those second chance opportunities that you mentioned, Ian, will be very, very critical in this game.
Dickey. And now Burnham. Couldn't turn that corner. Pilots. They turn it over again. Lisa Fortier, first 30-win season. All those 20-win campaigns. And on the short list for Naismith Coach of the Year. She is just as solid as they come.
Well, and she had big shoes to fill stepping into this role when Kelly Graves went to Oregon, and she's continued to elevate this program. They are on a roll, ranked 13th, just done a terrific job. 30-win season, like you mentioned, Ann, and could be a school record if they get this one today.
Meek picks up that foul, her first, team's first. Ejim, who hasn't really looked for her shot yet. Inside, Trong. That's good defense by Burnham. Now Ejim again. Elevates and hits.
Oh, and that's a tough shot. I mean, that was Kennedy Dickey walling up straight. Ejim just so athletic, able to get over the top and finish in that mid-range.
Ejim gives you 20 points a game. WCC Player of the Year. Inside look, not there. That's great defense by Ejim on Dickey.
Well, Defensive Player of the Year in the conference.
There it is.
As well, and you see why.
Back women off. Maxwell, she usually knocks that down. One of the best three-point shooters in the country. Sheer, ball fake, all the way to the cup and scores.
Great take from the swing to Sheer in the perimeter. And that's a good sign also for the Pilots. She was a little bit quiet yesterday in their game. Has to get off to a quick start.
Another long ball. That's a great job by Burnham to block out Maxwell, who picks up that foul.
Well, the three-point ball is going to be huge. I mean, this Gonzaga team shoots 40% from the three-point line. Talking to Coach Meek ahead of time, defending that three, taking that away, and then obviously rebounding off the long ball will be really important.
Gonzaga leads the country in three-point field goal percentage for the second straight year. You get the idea. Cochran squares up. Whistle will blow that play dead.
You're going to see this Portland guard lineup really do a good job of posting up inside. They're long, they're lengthy. They do a good job of scoring in the paint.
Kaylin Trong, whistle for that foul. Her first infraction, team's second. Hamilton checking in for the Pilots. Rimming out, no problem for Ejim. Here comes Kaylin Trong.
Oh.
Little. Ejim mid-range. Hamilton with the board.
You can see they're giving that mid-range jumper to who right now early in this game.
Dickey muscles it in.
Great finish with the contact. Last 2 weeks, she's really playing with a lot of poise, a lot of strength, a lot of confidence. A transfer from USF.
Beautiful. Great cut by Hybens, who just checks in and makes her presence felt.
Well, 6th Woman of the Year in the WCC conference. Immediate impact. This Gonzaga team has so much length in so many different spots.
Wow, Sheer is going to get dinged for that foul.
Well, we're going back and forth, and this is why Sheer doing a good job into Dickey. Great finish with the strength, and then again, the great passing. Both teams doing a great job of swinging the ball. Little high-low option. Ivans makes you pay.
Ejim, big-time scorer, but also gives you a couple assists a game. She's a very good passing big. Mid-range, they're giving it to her. Back rim and off. Ball lands into the arms of Cochran. Back and forth we go.
I like the strategy so far, not allowing her to get position on the block or penetrate. Make her shoot that outside jumper.
Ananiev checking in for Portland. She'll give it up to Hamilton. The first two subs off of Portland's bench, really, really effective in this tournament. Hamilton wants to turn the corner, nowhere to go. Stepping through, runner not there. Ejim saves it to Kaylin Trong. Here comes Gonzaga.
Gonzaga is so good in transition. The Trong sisters pushing the tempo.
Dickey skies for that board. In this tournament, Dickey has been awesome, averaging 20 points, 9 rebounds, 4 for 10 from beyond the arc, well above her seasonal averages.
Right now, Gonzaga 0 of 5 from the three-point line, looking to pull the trigger. We talked about the high percentage shot.
Kaylin gets poked in the face, it looks like, able to continue.
Good tip on the board right there, able to get it back to one of her teammates.
Ibens lurking on the baseline. Haley gonna dump it and throw it away.
Well, Portland's going to put that pressure on you in every single spot. I talked about the fact that Gonzaga coughed it up 25 times yesterday. There's a great example of the decision making and the pressure.
Season high 25 turnovers. Hamilton stepping through. Ibens with a big block. Great double team by Gonzaga.
Yeah, just over penetration by Hamilton right there. She had the lane, did not have an advantage. She's got to kick that thing back out.
Haley Trone scoreless in that semifinal game. Last time that's happened was in the championship game last year against Portland. Heading to a quick break. That guy right there, Charlie Cream, gonna join us right after this break. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. We're in Vegas at the Orleans Arena. WCC Women's Championship game. Gonzaga leading Portland by a singleton. We're getting late in that third quarter. Champ Week presented by Principal. Great time to bring in the one, the only Charlie Cream, the source when it comes to the NCAA Women's Tournament, the bracketologist in all things women's basketball. Charlie, thanks for slipping on the headset.
Oh, and thanks for letting me jump on in.
All right, let's hit you right now. These Gonzaga fans, and they travel, and when it comes to community support in Spokane, they are really counting on that 4th seed in hosting. Give us the goods in terms of what you think might happen in terms of their dreams coming true.
Yeah, they do travel really well, but I don't think they're going to have to, at least in the first 2 rounds. I really think that this team has earned a top 16 spot, a top 4 seed, and the right to host first and second round games. Their season has been, as you've noted already in this game, remarkable. And beating some of the teams they did in the non-conference, like Stanford and Alabama, that set them up very nicely. And then to roll through the WCC undefeated. They've been in my top 16 for quite some time. They were in the committee's top 16 at the second reveal, and I don't see, even a scenario where maybe they lost today, I still see them being in the top 16. So I think most Zags fans can rest easy that they can buy some tickets and not have to go very far to watch those first and second round games.
Well, certainly good news for the Zag fans, but let's talk about that #1 seeds moving forward. The Texas implication, will they grab that #1 seed? Will Stanford jump up to that #1 seed? What are your thoughts?
I have Stanford and USC on the 1 line, along with obviously South Carolina and Iowa now. And my thoughts are that even if Texas wins tonight in the Big 12 championship game, unless it's something magically impressive, that USC and Stanford will hold the 3 and 4 spots on the 1 line, and Texas will remain a #2 seed. Both USC and Stanford have the kind of quality win resume that Texas can't equal. And you look at USC, the fact that they beat Stanford and UCLA to win the Pac-12 tournament, whereas Texas, while beating good teams in the Big 12, aren't going to be beating some of the elite teams in the country, top 10 type teams in the country like USC had to do to get all the way through the Pac-12.
All right, so Selection Sunday coming up, and now the next question got to throw at you. First 4 in, first 4 out, because there are some teams just, chewing their fingernails right now.
The bubble has been excruciating for me. And I was at the SEC tournament for much of it, and as you see, there's a lot of SEC teams involved in the last 4 in. And I'm not super comfortable with Mississippi State as my last team in. But you look at the team, State and Washington State, had really bad collapses toward the end of the season, and I think that's why they're going to end up on the outside looking in. But Mississippi State didn't have a great finish to the year either, but they have that one win against LSU that I still think looms pretty large, and it's the kind of win that those other teams don't have, that level of win. Well, I guess you could say Washington State did beat UCLA, so they're there. But Washington State's finish, and without their best player, and Charlize Ledger-Walker, and how they played for the majority of the time without her, I think is pretty indicative of what they are now. And to me, that's not a tournament team. It just got a little confusing for me with Washington State when they happened to go to Colorado in the last game of the regular season and win. And that sort of made me question myself and life in general, because I did not see that game coming at all. But it put Washington State back into a serious level of conversation, but I don't quite think they're there.
So are you ready to shuffle the deck a little bit, Charlie, in the coming days when upsets can be happening and stuff that you aren't quote-unquote expecting actually comes true?
Yeah, games like this, frankly. So if Portland were to pull this upset, we've talked about Gonzaga already. They're not only are they a top 16 team, so obviously they're a tournament team regardless of the events of today. So if Portland can pull the upset, that gets Portland into the field, and it takes another team away. So we subtract Mississippi State at that point. The UNLV situation in the Mountain West is another one to look for. If UNLV happens to trip up and the Mountain West ends, because UNLV is getting in as an at-large. So that means the Mountain West gets 2 bids. That's another team that would fall from the right side of the bubble to the wrong side of the bubble. And the big one I think that everybody wants to pay attention to as we get into the weekend is the Ivy League. I have Columbia as a bubble team, but on the outside looking in. But Columbia's getting to play Ivy Madness in their own gym. And if they can beat Princeton for a second time, I have Princeton safely in the field. So that would definitely give the Ivy League 2 teams in the field. And there's another bid situation that could occur.
Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, do you grab a couple of legal pads, or do you got about 6 laptops going? Or what the heck is going on in that head of yours where you can just rattle that stuff off like I'm breathing?
Well, there are legal pads and scratch paper. I'm old school. I use a lot of pencil.
I got you, man. I got you.
But I do have a lot of laptops going out any Thursday night or Sunday afternoon. I've got about 4 or 5 screens going at once watching games. So it's not just the numbers and doing math formulas on those pieces of paper. It's watching a lot of basketball, which all of us just love. Okay,
before we let you go, you get stopped in the grocery store line, at the coffee shops, at the airports where folks love you, or quite frankly a little cranky with you?
I got to give people credit. Most of the time, it's all very nice. I saw some people on the street in Greenville at the SEC tournament, and they were super kind, telling me how much they like to read the stuff and that they like the job that I do with bracketology. So it's mostly positive when it's in person. On social media, maybe a different story.
I got you, man. You are so wonderful to join us. Thank you for breaking things down as you always do, but hearing it out of the horse's mouth is even better. Charlie Cream, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's great to be here in my hometown. I love coming to this championship game, so I really appreciate you having me.
Cheers. That's Charlie Cream, the man, the guru, Mr. Bracketology, and then some. Long ball, sheer rimming out. Ibens comes up with the board, and you got to hurry if you're Kaylin Chong to end this first quarter. Long ball, good if it goes, just short. Back and forth we go. Heck of a first quarter.
Absolutely, making big plays. Trong there with the 3 deep, a little bit short. We've got a good one, 3-point game. Come on back.
Beautiful day in Las Vegas. We're inside the Orleans Arena, site of the WCC Women's Championship game. Top-seeded Gonzaga leading Portland, the 3rd seed, 17-14, moments away from the start of the second quarter. We love to call this all access because we get an invite into the Portland Pilot Huddle.
Pretty back. We need to find out everywhere and find where Max was. Full on sprint. And don't worry about Zero. She's going to hit like 1 every 50. I'm not saying don't let her just shoot it, but I'm saying that she to where she's at if she's on your side. She's going to hit 1 every 30.
Averages off the point. She's making the points.
Good look at Mike Meek. he likes where his club is as we start the second quarter.
Well, and you talk about the three-point shooting right there. Gonzaga just 1 of 7, 14%. A team that normally shoots 40, leads the country. And Portland doing a great job of going backdoor on these Zags.
Man, Burnham takes some contact, little circus shot, and the Pilots get the first couple of points of the second quarter down by a singleton.
Well, the Portland team defensively has done a nice job making it the Gonzaga group take contested shots, and there's another turnover, the second turnover of the game.
In the passing lane, the Pilots. Burnham, who was just so stellar in last year's championship run for the Portland Pilots. No Alex Fowler, one of the greatest to ever wear Pilot gear. A huge miss for her as she graduates. Everybody back for Gonzaga. On paper, this is one-sided. We don't play the game on paper last time I checked.
Well, on a team that has a lot of confidence, they believe they can win.
On the shot clock buzzer, rimming out. Fraley checking in for the Portland Pilots. On February 28th in Spokane, Gonzaga defeated Portland 90-40. I want you to chew on that, Jennifer Mountain. 90-40. And that ain't happening today.
No, and right now this Portland squad playing with better offensive flow. They have confidence. You know, they had times throughout the season where they really have struggled to score, but I'll tell you, they've got it rolling. And when you believe and they're as connected as they are, really good things can happen.
And there's something about Portland in Vegas.
Yeah.
For the third time in 5 years, the Pilots are in the championship game. They've won a couple of tournament titles. Burnham will go to the line, looking for her shot, inside and out.
Maisie Burnham, so good at the mid-range game. Does a great job of just creating that. Free throw opportunities.
We have you covered on Selection Sunday, just around the corner. All starts at noon Eastern on ESPN with college basketball live. That's going to prep the day. At 6, it's SportsCenter, followed by bracketology with breakdowns of each region. At 8 o'clock, the women's field of 68 is revealed. Cannot wait. Continuing coverage right after that. Everything is also streaming live on the ESPN app.
A mishap on that defensive board out of the free throw. The Pilots get it back.
A chance to reclaim the lead. Turnover, Pilots.
Well, Maxwell actually had a tip there, but I think the officials missed that.
Well, that's what the Pilots were all saying, but we're going to go the other way. Here comes some pressure. 17 apiece, early second quarter. Gonzaga, having won 24 straight, ranked number 14 in the country. Their net ranking is nuts. Maxwell, catch and shoot, back rim and off. Cochran needs to get rid of it and does here. Shear. Good transition defense by the Zags. Cochran wants it high-low. Instead, it's a skip. Fraley, bam! Wow!
A terrific pass, skip pass from Hamilton. And Fraley, a three-point specialist coming in off the bench, contributing.
Fraley, the transfer from Utah State. That was big. The lead is 3 for the Portland Pilots. Step back, Ejim, she's been quiet. That'll get her going.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, that's just a great individual play. We talk about the fact that Portland's kind of giving them that mid-range jumper, and she makes them pay.
20-19, back and forth we go. Hamilton wants the baseline. There's the kick. Shear wide open.
Well, and the big fist pump off that baseline drive. Shear, you can see this Portland squad even with more confidence as this game continues. Up 4.
Biggest lead of the game for the Pilots. Some big sticks from the outside. Maybe that'll loosen up that Gonzaga defense. Countering, not there. Ejim, not there. Block inside on Hollingsworth. Look at Ejim single-handedly scoring that one.
Well, that's just sheer effort right there. I mean, crashing the glass, getting second chance opportunities. You give this Gonzaga 3 opportunities, they're going to make you pay.
Ejim just would not be denied on that particular bucket. She's got 7. Again, averages 20 a pop. Turnover, knocked away from behind. Burnham loses it. Here comes Trong. Kaylee hesitates. And here's her sister, Kaylin. Catch, shoot, run to perfection by the Zags.
Well, great job in transition of ball swings and then making the extra pass. This team is so unselfish. They share the basketball. We are knotted up.
23 apiece, 5:45 left to go in what is shaping up to be another classic between these two Northwest rivals. A trip to the NCAA tournament awaits the winner. Cochran. Hamilton, ball fake, lets her fly, short on that shot. Here comes Kaylin Trong.
Pretty good look there for Hamilton from the three-point line. Shot she's got.
Fraley late getting back. Will stay right here. Hollingsworth crashes.
First team foul. Esther Little and
well, you see this Gonzaga team, the way they share the basketball. Drive and kick, get Hollingsworth in that mid-range post area. Their post so versatile, inside out, can shoot the 3.
Mogul and Spear joining the fray for the Portland Pilots. Meek back on the floor as well, Ananiev.
And Mike Meek just got teed up right there.
Wow.
Not happy with the foul call. And I think, like, the physicality of the game right now.
So right now, you've got Shear with 2 fouls. As Maxwell rims out the first one. Brenna, the transfer from Utah. All those triples, year after year after year. She gets the second.
Well, she's got such a high release, quick release. She takes really good shots. Doesn't need room to get it off. She can create a shot on her own. She's just, you talked about finding a home here in Spokane. It's been a great fit.
Gonzaga, 1-point lead. Moments ago, they trailed by 4. Inside look, Hybens wide open, misses the shot. Cochran, can she hang on to it? Here comes Meek. Numbers aren't there. Mikkel. Mogul is going to leave it. Cochran. Yes.
Again, great ball movement by the Pilots. It's the drive and kick show by both squads right now, making each other pay. And you see Lucy Cochran knocking down the free throw line jumper. She can shoot the 3. She's got extension and range.
Cochran scoreless yesterday. Had the game-saving block in the final second to seal the deal for the Pilots. She's on the board today.
Well, and Ann, I think she's got to be a presence inside.
There's no question. Cochran needs to have that presence felt on both ends of the floor. Right now, Portland by 1. What a game we've got going here.
USC Pac-12 champions.
8 is pretty great, and South Carolina has been fantastic at the SEC tournament.
Notre Dame has done it, the ACC champions.
The Lancers are dancers once again.
Oh, it's champ week, all right. And yet to be decided, the Phillips 66 Big 12 women's title.
Well, you have Texas against Iowa State with the upset over Oklahoma yesterday, 85-68. That game at 9 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2.
Here in Vegas, the WCC Women's Championship definitely on the line right now. Portland leading Gonzaga 25-24. The Zags, the #1 seed, ranked 14th in the country. 24 straight wins, and Portland giving them all they can handle. All right, all access. Time to go inside Gonzaga's huddle.
All right, guys, hey, we're all right here. We look a little tense out there, okay? The point of their defense is to take you out of flow. And so that's why they're
Lisa Fortier, 6-time WCC Coach of the Year, on the short list for this year's Naismith Coach of the Year. Hoping her players can loosen up a little bit, Jennifer Mountain.
Yeah, I think she's right. I mean, they have played a little bit tense in this first half. Haven't been able to get into a flow.
Ananiev bailed out there. That pass was going to be picked off, but a kick ball is called. It'll remain with Portland.
Yeah, and to just kind of go back into that, they just need to settle. You know, all of a sudden, this Portland team hanging around, all of a sudden you start thinking about last year. And this team on a mission, we talked about the hosting implications, and they want to finish undefeated.
Dickey on the floor with 2 fouls. 9 on the shot clock. Ananiev, the super frosh. Cochran hesitates, now looking for help. She may have to just kind of give it up, and she does. And that's one that Portland would like back.
Yeah, and it's a defensive battle right now. Good job by the Zags, closing up the penetration lanes and making it very tough for these Pilots to get a shot off.
So Shear with 2 fouls, Dickey with 2 fouls, in foul trouble for the Pilots.
And that's just not good news for Portland. I mean, Emmy Shear, their all-conference player.
Yep.
Both ends of the floor, she affects the game.
Tops in the conference in steals. Yes. 10 on the shot clock. The Trong sisters yet to score. That's got to change for Gonzaga. Maxwell blocked. 3 on the shot clock. Ejim, nothing there. Ball up for grabs, and it'll belong to the Portland Pilots, but shot clock violation.
Great defensive effort right there. Collective team ball. Did a nice job again of making Gonzaga take a tough shot. They're not into a flow offensively. Ejim had to, put that one up with the shot clock winding down.
Hollingsworth back on the floor. Ejim will sit. 3:05 left to go in this back and forth affair in the first half. Man. Mogul, some of these freshmen getting invaluable time. Meek now hesitates and throws it away.
Once again, the pressure from Gonzaga, the over-penetration.
And Meek will pick up her 2nd foul.
And those are the kind of fouls right there that Portland just cannot afford to pick up. You're 60 feet from the bucket. I know that they love to put pressure, but just too handsy. Easy call for the official.
Burnham back on the floor for the Pilots. Kaylee Trong over the timeline to her sister Kaylin.
Well, Gonzaga just 2 of their last 10 from the field.
Again, every starter for the Zags average in double figures. And the travel violation against Gonzaga.
And that was all Ananiev right there. Getting into, again, that passing lane. They wanted to do a dribble handoff. She anticipated that, got a hand in, and Ivins drags her foot.
Her arms last for about a week, J-Mo.
She's very long.
Man.
Very long.
Burnham bottled up on the double team. Play whistle dead. And that foul is going to go against Kaylee Trong, her first. Team second, inbounding underneath is Hamilton. Pilots up by a deuce. Turnover, unforced error, and here comes Hybens. You just can't give away shot opportunities, Jennifer Mountain.
You certainly can, and you certainly don't want live ball turnovers going into transition buckets. Portland did a nice job in transition D, not allowing Portland.
My goodness, Burnham, breakout, Dickey, and she misses the layup. Oh my goodness, and if you're Portland, you don't want to commit the silly foul. We're going to go the other way. Dickey blows the wide open layup.
Well, she'd certainly like to have that one back, but you can see the pressure once again, the physicality of the game affecting these Zags.
And there's Ananiev again with that wingspan getting into the passing lane.
Yes, I mean, she's playing up the line. Good job of disrupting, pushing Gonzaga, out on the perimeter farther than they want to start their offense.
The lead is 1 for the Pilots. Ejim, you bet. She comes back on the floor, makes her presence felt.
Well, she's got 9 in the game, and she's been the bright spot so far. So strong, can score in so many different ways.
10 lead changes in this game already. Gonzaga up by a point. Anania flags it down. Now Cochran wants to step through and draws the foul. Ejim gets her. It's her first, team's third.
Well, you mentioned the fact that Cochran really wasn't an offensive threat yesterday. Today, he's doing a nice job initiating that contact right there and getting herself to the free throw line.
Tomorrow, our next ESPN Double Dip starts in Miami. Butler and the Heat hosting the Joker and the Nuggets, 7:30 Eastern. Then LeBron, Lakers in Sacramento. That's going to be good. Our coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 7. Fraley picks up that foul, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, J-Mo.
Again, it's just, you know, the foul so far away from the bucket right now, affecting this Portland squad, picking up foul trouble situations.
A minute left to go in the half. 4 team fouls on Portland, dumping it inside. Ejim battles, can't get it down. Up for grabs, Ejim, another offensive rebound. There's the pick. Ananiev, she's got 2 to beat. Ananiev goes hard and scores!
Well, a no foul call right there. A lot of contact, but a great steal in the open court. Ananiev anticipating.
And how about the answer by Kaylee Trong after going scoreless yesterday? Hits the huge bomb.
Huge bombing right to put them up 1. There's about a 2-second shot clock differential here for Portland.
Just another lead change in what is shaping up to be a classic. So here's Hamilton. She's got 10 on the shot clock. She needs to get something going, and soon. Long ball. Fraley, no way. Kaylin Trong will hoist it. That'll do it. Wow. Lots of contact. Meek has already been teed up. Doesn't like some of the calls he thinks should have been made that weren't. But it is a 29-28 Gonzaga lead. You're going to watch Ananiev cruising in. Check this out. Just gets hammered. Woo. All right, after the break, we'll join Kevin, Seth for the college basketball halftime report back in our studios. Welcome back to ESPN's Champ Week, presented by Principal. You're watching the WCC Women's Basketball Championship. We're at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. Top-seeded Gonzaga leading third-seeded Portland 29-28 at the break. A back-and-forth affair with some 12 lead changes in the first half alone. Ann and Jen, delighted to have you with us. Not many were expecting a close game outside of this Portland bunch. Pilots have delivered.
Absolutely, and if you could tell me you're down 1, being out-rebounded by 9, giving up 9 offensive boards to the number 14 team in the country, you got to be really happy. It's been at the defensive end for Portland where they've got the job done.
Gonzaga, a team that's used to beating opponents by nearly 30 points a game, just doesn't look quite like itself yet.
Yeah, they just can't get into an offensive flow. You know, the way Portland plays, the pressure in which they're going to apply every possession in every spot throws teams out of their rhythm. Gonzaga has to respond in this second half, get themselves going, and share the basketball.
You speak of that Portland defense, and man, it was on fire that first half.
You're absolutely right, Ann, and that's what has keeping them in the game. Right now, turning Gonzaga over 35% from the floor and 18% from the three-point line. We talked about the fact they get out in the passing lanes, make things happen. They're long, lanky. That's what this Portland squad does. I mean, they want to turn you over. Yvonne Ejim was terrific in that first half. 9 points, 7 rebounds. She was a big bright spot. I mean, you look at the percentages right there, the rebounds, 20-11 that I mentioned. Portland did a beautiful job of sharing the basketball, 10 assists on 11 field goals.
Sometimes the numbers just do not lie. That is for sure. And now we're going to take a look at some Ejim highlights. I mean, she gives you 9 and 7 in this game, Jen, and really the only bright spot offensively for this Gonzaga bunch.
Yeah, and you look at her ability to just rise above, get to the rim. That mid-range game was kind of her bread and butter. I'd like to see her get to the post and make things happen. She's relentless on the boards, so athletic. She can finish around the rim, going both ways. And you just see her sheer strength of making things happen.
Ejim nearing yet another double-double. Makes a living on both ends of the floor. So you look at this score and you're thinking it is up for grabs. Indeed, the last time these two clubs met, February 28th, in Spokane, the score was 90-40. Huge differential when you fast forward to today.
Absolutely, Ann. And again, it's the defensive presence of Portland taking Gonzaga out of rhythm. And this Portland team, we talked about it, they've had a lot of success in this WCC tournament. They can feel it, they're confident, they're rolling, and they're sharing the ball.
The Pilots have been able to avoid those huge Gonzaga runs that the Bulldogs are known for at this point.
Absolutely, and again, it's I think the confidence in which they're playing right now that is allowing them to come out and compete at such a high level. This team has been on a roller coaster all season, but right now, it's going.
Just to remind you, Gonzaga, the top seed and number 14th ranked team in the country, they come into this contest having won 24 straight. And right now, with 12 lead changes in the first half alone, this game in the balance.
Yeah, we have a second half that's just going to be outstanding. I think these first few minutes will be crucial for both squads.
Third quarter underway. Wide open Maxwell, that's a great sign for the Dogs.
Well, the first three for Maxwell of the contest. We talk about the fact she's such a pure shooter, does not need rhythm and range.
Maxwell's hit a 3 in every single game this season, all the way to the cup, and rimming out is Shear. Portland has had a couple of bunnies rimming out.
Well, and that's just unfortunate. That's a great take to the rim. You just kind of see, maybe the adrenaline going a little too quick right there.
Pick, Burnham going up again, nothing called. Ball stays with Portland. Lots of contact, and there's no layup that's not contested.
You're absolutely right. I mean, again, live ball turnover leading to transition opportunities for Portland. Not able to capitalize right there.
Portland's ball. It's a 4-point Gonzaga lead. Maxwell with that triple to start off the third quarter. And boy, I'm with you, J-Mo, on the opening minutes of this third quarter for both clubs in terms of tenor and momentum. Burnham wants to step through. Ball batted into the hands of Shear. Cochran inside. Burnham's going to try it again. And it looks like Kaylin Trong got her. Yep, that's her second, team's first of the quarter.
Well, a great job of Portland getting to the offensive glass, tipped it out, gives himself a second opportunity, and Burnham picks up a chance to go to the free throw line.
Six Love Jr. out of Spangle, Washington, the transfer out of Eastern Washington. 73% free throw shooter is Burnham. More makes and takes than anybody wearing Pilot gear.
Well, missed opportunities.
Yep.
See the missed layups and then missed free throw opportunities. This ball game should be tied up.
And against Gonzaga, you'll go back and think, oh, right there, oh, right there. Those are the moments that hurt you. We got a long way to go. Opening minutes of the third quarter. Gonzaga with the 3-point lead. Flat-footed Hollingsworth hits it.
Well, a great adjustment. I love the fact that they put Hollingsworth in the top of the middle of the zone, putting Ejim back in the zone, or back in the key area on the block.
Another chance for the Pilots. Hollingsworth coming off of consecutive double-doubles. She has been huge in this tournament for Gonzaga. 9 on the shot clock for Meek. Dickey squares up against Ejim. Now 2, you just got to put it up if you're Shear. Front rim and off, not a good half-court set for Portland.
No, that's a tough shot with the shot clock winding down. I'd like to see her put it on the ground and make something happen.
Pilots need a stop, altering that shot. Well played was Burnham. Jump ball, possession arrow favoring Portland.
Well, you look on the previous possession here for Gonzaga, Hollingsworth just kind of in that mid-range area. Love the free throw line jumper for her. That's a great look. And have Ejim on the block. You can see they're going to play off each other really well.
Hollingsworth coming off of a 20-12 effort against Pacific in the semis with 3 triples. Dickey wide open. Big stick for Dickey.
Well, and that's off the penetration at the top from Meek. Gets by her defender. And then a huge stick for Dickey. We talk about her ability to make things happen. Maxwell
not there. Burnham almost loses it into the hands of Cochran. She's going to find a friend in Shear. Picks up that dribble, does Shear, and here's Meek. Dumps it inside. Dickey runs into a wall and scores.
Great little left-handed jump hook by Dickey inside. Again, Mikkel Meek off the penetration, finding her teammates.
7 points for Dickey now. She has been sensational in this tournament. Gonzaga went on a run. Portland answered 34 apiece. Ejim wants to go right at Cochran, the rim protector. Elevates, short on that shot. Burnham yanks it down. Here comes Portland.
Great little step back by Ejim.
Cochran thought she might have an inside edge over Ejim. Burnham didn't see her.
I think Cochran is actually, with her length, you know, affecting the inside play of Gonzaga.
9 on the shot clock. Shear against Maxwell, scooping it in with the extra step.
Well, that was just a great individual move right there. Step through and an easy finish for Shear.
7-0 Pilot run. The lead is a deuce for Portland. 6 minutes to go. And wide open again in that zone as Hollingsworth just flat foots it right in, baby.
Yeah, and again, great adjustment right there, putting her in the middle of that zone. Gonzaga's going to call a quick timeout. But Portland answering out of the half. You see the great penetration by Mikkel Meek and a big stick by Dickey in the 3.
Dickey, she has been a one-woman wrecking crew for the Pilots. At it again today. Gorgeous afternoon in Las Vegas, but man, there's nowhere else I'd rather be but inside the Orleans Arena. Gonzaga, Portland knotted up, 36 apiece, 5:58 left to go in the third quarter. J-Mo, we've been talking about this Pilot defense all day long.
Absolutely, and you look at the opponent field goal, first in the conference at 39%, right on cue today, holding Gonzaga to 38% from the field, 23% from the three-point line. But man, you look at the steals, that's where their bread and butter is. They have 5 steals in this game so far.
Hamilton checking in, Ananiev as well for the Pilots. Just no man's land. Cochran gobbles it up. Layup, you bet. That's Burnham.
That is Burnham, and a great back cut from the three-point line in the corner.
Burnham's such a great passer with all that length. Keeps her head up, and waits for the cutter.
That's multiple opportunities where this Portland squad has scored off a back cut or a cut away from the ball.
Hollingsworth, great extra pass.
Yes.
Hybens, gimme.
Portland, went with the double team right there. Defense did not rotate
at all.
Gonzaga gets an easy 2.
38-38. Whistle will blow that play dead. Foul will go against Esther Little, her first, team's second. 38 apiece, 5:08 left to go in this third quarter. A back and forth affair since opening tip. Burnham, great hands inside by the Zags. Hamilton looked like she was going to get that pass for a wide open 3. Instead, we're going the other way.
Yeah, Kaylin Trong doing a great job of just playing the passing angle, anticipation.
Great defense, Ananiev with the block straight up on Hollingsworth. So we're going to take a quick break. 38 apiece, back and forth. Isn't this fun?
USC Pac-12 champions.
8 is pretty great, and South Carolina has been fantastic at the SEC tournament.
Notre Dame has done it. The ACC champions.
Nothing like Champ Week and the Phillips 66 Big 12 Women's Championship on the line. Another ticket waiting to be punched.
Well, you look at tonight's championship, number 2 Texas taking on Iowa State, who defeated the number 1 seed 85-68 yesterday. Game will be at 9 Eastern on ESPN2.
Let's take a look, a quick graphic. Gonzaga shooting today as opposed to what they did to Portland in late February.
Well, you look at those three-point numbers, 10 of 24 a couple weeks ago, just 3 of 13 today. A team that leads the nation from the three-point line.
Hamilton picks up her second personal foul. Teams first, and back to the numbers as Maxwell hits the first free throw. It's just shocking when you see Gonzaga not ripping and tearing from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I really think that the pressure in which Portland has played today has taken them out of rhythm. They're playing a little bit tight, not getting the opportunities that they did a couple weeks ago at home.
Zags by a deuce. Shear against Kaylin Trong, banks it in.
A great spin move and step back. Really tough to guard. And you see the pressure. Gonzaga having a hard time getting the ball in at times.
You gotta hurry, get it over that timeline. Charge. And there's the defense we've been talking about. Shear, one of the best in picking up those charges.
She's just smart right here on this play. A lot of pressure, timeline winding down. She steps up. Easy call. Kaylin extending that arm, and that's her third foul. That's a tough break for the Zags.
Shear, the veteran, first in steals in conference play coming into this tournament, and again is as clever as they come in getting defensive positioning. 40 apiece, 4:05 left to go in the third quarter. Hamilton, ball on the deck, now Cochran, mid-range, gets the kind roll. 15 lead changes and counting, baby.
Well, we talked about Lucy Cochran needing to be efficient and involved at the offensive end. Great free throw line jumper.
Cochran's got the 5 points to go along with 4 boards. She had no points yesterday. There's the rejection by Cochran.
Well, she's number 2 in the nation for a reason. Just uses her length. Great timing.
Covers a ton of ground to get that rejection. Inside, Dickey's got to be careful. Goes straight up. Nicely done by Hollingsworth on the follow.
Yeah, smart at going right at her. Dickey also smart at the defensive end. Just walled up, did not foul.
42 apiece. Nobody given an inch in this classic. Finals, WCC Women's Basketball Championship from Vegas. Dickey, what a cut by Dickey, and Aniev finds her.
Well, I tell you, we've been talking about their defense all day, but their offense has been so efficient. They're sharing the basketball. They have 15 assists on 18 field goals.
Again, it's a 2-point lead. Kaylin Trong with the ball fake and can't get the roll. Ejim, ball up for grabs into the hands of Maxwell. Under 3 to go in the third. Hollingsworth dumps it inside. Dickey can't make the swipe, and Ejim has the layup.
Well, Dickey right there, full fronting right there against Ejim. No backside help. Smart play by Gonzaga going inside.
Ejim in double figures with 11 to go along with 7 boards. She and Maxwell, Hollingsworth, all in double figures for Gonzaga. Hamilton puts on the brakes. Wild shot, nothing there. And Aniev with a great save. 4 on the shot clock, though, for Hamilton. Charge is going to go against Hamilton, her third.
Well, you see the beautiful backdoor cut by Dickey with the clock winding down. And then Ejim, beautiful seal. Full fronting, no backside help. Shear a little bit late on that. Ejim's not going to miss too many of those.
Yep, and the pass had to be perfect. Aniev accidentally pokes Kaylin Trong right in the snoot. Ejim splits the difference and gets by those defenders. And here's Hollingsworth going up against Lucy. I think she got a piece of that. Inside, Cochran again affecting. Wild shot, time and time again. Gonzaga hitting the offensive boards, and now Ejim will go to the line. What a scrum that was.
Well, just relentless on the boards were the Bulldogs on that possession. A very, very physical game. Both coaches having words about not getting the call here and there.
Shear picks up her third. Mike Meek has already been teed up. Folks holding their noses. Folks getting poked right there. Inadvertent stuff. I mean, everybody's just playing so darn hard.
Yeah, and I think Ejim's got a little bit of a blood issue, trying to get that nose stopped here real quick.
Who hasn't had one?
Yeah.
All right, let's regroup. Jennifer Mountain, 44 apiece, under 2 to go in the third quarter. Umpteen lead changes. Nobody really able to establish momentum before giving a little right back.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams responding. You're absolutely right, Ann. Every time somebody makes a little bit of a roll, you think momentum's going, and all of a sudden there's a shift.
Kaylee Trong also trying to sniffle up a little something as she got popped.
Well, and again, I think the physicality of the game really throwing Gonzaga out of rhythm and what they want to do.
There's a good look at Kaylee Trong. All right, so Maxwell to the line. She's been very good from the charity stripe, now 4 for 5. But at this point, Maxwell has only hit 1 triple.
Yeah, 1 of 4 from the three-point
line. Wow, you'd never imagine that in a million years. Zags by a deuce. $1:45 left to go in the third. Inside, Cochran's got to hit this, and she does.
Well, defense fell down. Not sure if there was contact there, but Cochran does a nice job of slipping to the rim, and they hit her.
For the 12th time in this game, 12 ties.
And we talk about how physical this game is, and you can see Ejim just got hit right in the nose.
Inadvertent for sure, but that doesn't mean it doesn't smart. Mogul picks up that foul, by the way. Team's 4th, long ball, way short, and unfortunate for Portland, off the hands of Dickey.
Well, Kaylee Trong with a wide open look from the three-point line, just 1 of 5 right now in the game. Looks hesitant when she's going to shoot the basketball.
Trong is a 40% shooter from beyond the arc, has made 69 threes coming into today's contest. Ejim, double team. Ejim muscles it in. Oh, she's tough.
That's just sheer strength right there. Burnham had position, but Ejim with a beautiful finish through the contact.
Ejim with 13 points to go along with 8 boards. Just a matter of time before she gets a double-double. Here's Meek. Hesitation. Dumps it into Cochran. Well played, Pilots.
Yeah, it's great pick-and-roll option with Meek and Cochran.
Another tie. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Who would have expected this? Gonzaga, 24 straight wins. They have defeated their opponents by an average of about 29 a game. Skip pass, Ananiev. Here's Cochran. Dumps it inside. Mid-range is true for Dickey. Pilots on top.
And just beautiful ball movement. They advance the ball, swing it, make the extra pass, and an easy short corner jumper for Dickey.
What a time for the Pilots to play their absolute best game of the season.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, we talk about what they're doing defensively. Offensively, they are on a roll and in a flow.
Shot clock off, game clock at 10 right here. Turnover. Ananiev doesn't have the numbers. Meek to beat the buzzer. Had a good look and was short. But the Pilots take a 2-point lead. The Pilots, a 2-point lead going into the fourth quarter. You talk about execution, you're going to see it right here. Cochran has been alive on both ends of the floor. Then Dickey, all alone. Pilots by a deuce. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. Heading into the fourth and final quarter, at the Orleans Arena, WCC Women's Championship game. And how about this? Third-seeded Portland leading top-seeded Gonzaga by a deuce. All D for the Portland.
It sure has been, and just playing passing lanes, passing angles, disruptions. They have turned Gonzaga over 10 times, converting into 6 points. They've just been terrific. They've taken Gonzaga out of a flow on the offensive end, and there's Lucy Cochran, once again, rim protector, making big plays and big blocks.
Fourth quarter moments away. Gonzaga coming in to this tournament ranked in the top 10 in the U.S. in some 7 categories, including three-point percentage, assists per, trays made. But the Portland Pilot defense is having something to say about those gaudy numbers.
Well, when you have chemistry and you believe, a lot of things can happen. We're seeing it or witnessing it today.
Fourth quarter underway. Ejim dumps it in. Hybens all by herself. Wild shot. Dickey. Ball belongs to Portland. Gonzaga has been relentless on the offensive boards. 17 offensive boards through 3 quarters for Gonzaga, leading to 15 second chance points. Fourth quarter, we're moments in. Maxwell sagging off of Meek, and the foul is going to go against, looks like Ejim.
Yeah, a little bit too physical on Dickey's cut to the free throw line.
2 fouls on Ejim, she's okay. Team's first. Cochran inside. Another play whistled dead as Cochran misses at the rim. But Hybens picks up her first, team's second.
And Coach Meek is actually asking them to look and see if the shot got released before the foul call.
It's a really good point, J-Mo.
Kind of pushes through that screen, but nope, that's a good call. It was on the screen.
Yep. I get Meek asking, but that's the right call. Wow. Looks like Little commits the foul instead. Meek back rimming off. We'll go the other way. Here's Kaylin Trong. Good hesitation to blow by Meek. Mid-range. Short. Ball up for grabs. Little with the big board. That's why she's on the floor. Maxwell tees up the 3. Big 3.
Well, huge response right there. We talked about Maxwell not getting a lot of opportunities from the three-point line. 2 of 5 right now in the game, but a big stick to give Gonzaga a 1-point lead.
Another offensive rebound for Gonzaga. And you see the reward reaped. 51-50 GU, 8:46 left to go in this game. Shear, ball on the deck. Good defense by Hybens. Step back, not there. Ball up for grabs. That should belong to Portland. Unlucky for Gonzaga.
Yeah, unlucky right off of her foot. We'll take another look at this 3-point opportunity off the kick out and the offensive board. A much needed 3 for the Zags.
Maxwell steps right into it, but that's all Little on the offensive rebound. All Little.
You're absolutely right, Ann. They have 18 on the night.
Bam! Burnham, go to the line, young lady.
I tell you, Shear and Burnham, that nice little step back move in the paint, in the guard spot, has been huge for them today. She takes advantage of the height and draws the contact.
Burnham was so huge last year in Portland's comeback victory over Gonzaga. And she's been rock solid in this game. 11 points now for Burnham.
And she used every inch of that rim on that one.
Pilots by a deuce. Ball knocked free. Benny Luna is going to whistle this play dead and say that it is Gonzaga's ball.
Yeah, that's the right call. He just accidentally pointed the wrong way.
Crew's been doing a really good job. Ejim looking for help and a cutter. More bodies flying. Hamilton and Kaylee Trong, and if that's on Hamilton, that's her 4th. Yep, and that's big. 4th personal foul with 8:25 left.
Yeah, that's tough, and again, it's movement away from the ball. The physicality of this game ramping up. That's a hard foul to pick up right there. You got to let her go.
team second. Again, Hamilton's fourth. Here's Hybens. Getting things started from the perimeter now. The Trong sisters. Wide open three. Big. The ball fake works to perfection.
Well, and I tell you, she stepped in more like herself right there. Confident, pulled the trigger. Knocks down another three here to, again, give the Zags a 1-point lead.
Another lead change in this game, under 8 to go. Let's see if Portland can respond. Gonzaga starting to feel a little bit better from beyond the arc. Meek all the way to the rim, can't get it down. Cochran blocked from behind, but Ejim will pick up that foul, and that is her third.
Well, Gonzaga inside-outside presence. Kaylee Trong steps in, ball fake. Drills it.
2 triples now for Kaylee Trong. There's her sister Kaylin. And here's Cochran to the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 going into these attempts. Cochran, the transfer out of Oregon, has led this league in block shots 3 straight years, gets 1 of 2.
All-time leader at Portland in block shots, number 2 in the nation.
Wow.
Right behind Cameron Brink. Oh, unforced turnover right there off the pass.
Brink just announcing that she will go pro after this year's NCAA tournament action. Big news out of Stanford.
Yes. She's had a terrific career.
Unforced error there by Maxwell, so Portland has a chance to reclaim the lead. There's the pick by Dickey and the roll. Wow, you just can't draw it up better than that.
Well, that was a beautiful pass by Meek over the top. Dickey slips the screen. And you're right, Ann. Execution to a T.
Kaylee Trong gets the ball over the timeline. 21 lead changes in this game, and we've still got a ton of time left. This has been an absolute classic.
Portland doing a really good job of mixing up the defense. Man position.
Oh, garbage time for Ejim.
Yeah, just again, you can see all 4 Gonzaga players go into the offensive glass, get the tip.
Ejim, 15 points, 10 rebounds, yet another double-double, her 13th of the season. Double figures in every single game this year. She is a machine. Burnham all the way to the cup and scores.
This Portland team doing a really good job of taking Gonzaga off the bounce, creating space in the paint. Burnham takes it all the way to the hole on that one.
Back and forth we go, punching, counter-punching. No separation in this game at this point. Ejim, and now Kaylee Trong right back to Ejim. High-low. Hollingsworth finds Maxwell on the deck, pull up, rim and out. Late whistle.
Jump ball.
Wow. Is that what they call JMO on that screen?
Yes, and Lucy came over from the backside with the block, and they call it jump, and it will go to Portland on the arrow.
Wow, it looked like just a clean block, but okay. And again, Gonzaga hammering those offensive boards.
Yes. I mean, if you're Portland, you've got to make an adjustment this last 5.5 minutes here. Putting a body on somebody, keeping them off the glass.
Dickey daring her to shoot the 3, and she banks it in. She even says, gives the Michael Jordan, huh?
Well, a big possession right there and a loose ball.
Great hustle play. And here comes Kaylee Trong, and the foul is going to go against Burnham.
Well, Dickey with a huge shot, again in the corner, banks it off the glass for a huge 3 and a 5-point lead. Gonzaga fortunate they did not turn that ball over, they got it back.
Dickey with 16 points and a couple of triples. The tournament that she has enjoyed, she'll remember forever. Kaylee Trong all the way to the rim. Oh man, nobody steps in.
Yeah, beautiful read with the hesitation dribble. The zone got screened out. Good take, good finish.
Under 5, great crowd on hand here at the Orleans Arena, treated to an absolute classic. The lead is 3 for Portland. Dickey, ball on the deck. Wheels in, rims out. Hollingsworth, big board.
And that's a great take by Dickey. She had a size advantage with one of the trongs on her.
Whoa! Kickball is going to go against Gonzaga, if I'm not mistaken, J-Mo.
You are right. They're calling a kick on Little.
This game is full of emotion. It just says it all. No words needed. Whew. 61-58, Portland leading top-seeded and 14th ranked Gonzaga. And we're getting deep into the fourth quarter. Classic this year, classic last year. There's something about this Vegas water, Jennifer Mountain.
Well, whatever Portland's drinking in Vegas, it sure is happening right there. We talked about the fact that Alex Fowler made big plays down the stretch. This script has changed just a tiny bit. Gonzaga is the one that's chasing right now, down 3 with 4.5 to go.
And the celebration was epic. Last year, Gonzaga led by 6 with 2:45 left. Well, right now with 4:30 left, Portland up by 3. Nobody's led by more than 5. The travel will go the other way.
Oh, that's a tough call.
Yep, Shear thought she might have drawn the foul instead. Turnover, Portland.
When you look at the success that Portland has had, outscoring Gonzaga 32-26 in the paint.
Gonzaga starting to feel a little bit better from deep. They trail by 3, 4:05 left to go in this thriller. Kaylee Trong wide open, rimming off Dickey. Ooh, and a foul on the shot away from the ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Burnham on the rebound.
Her third team foul.
Yeah, you can see her just kind of wrapping Hollingsworth up on the opposite block.
Rimming out, ball up for grabs again, garbage time, and Hollingsworth mops up.
Well, I'll tell you, 21 offensive boards for Gonzaga in this game. It's what's kept them in this game.
They're getting 2, 3, 4 chances at every miss. The lead is 1 for Portland. Ball nicked away. Gonzaga with the chance to reclaim the lead. Here's Kaylin Trong. Inside, Ejim wide open. Extra pass, Gonzaga with the lead.
Extra pass is right. They got Cochran up in the air. Post-to-post finish for the Zags, up 1 with 3:20 to go.
6-0 Gonzaga run, and Meek wants a timeout. Wow. What a response by the Bulldogs. 62-61 Gonzaga with the lead, and we're getting laid in this one. .11 left to go here in Vegas. Gonzaga leading Portland 62-61. It's been a 6-0 Gonzaga run. Let's see if Portland has an answer.
Yeah, and no field goals right now in almost 2.5 minutes for the Pilots.
Cochran thinks twice about that 3 ball. Now it's Burnham. 10 on the shot clock, Burnham. And it looks like Kaylin Trong is going to be whistled, or is it Kaylee? Kaylee. That's only her second, but the team's 5th foul.
That's a tough break if you're a Gonzaga fan. I thought Burnham kind of lost the handle going to the rim there.
Burnham 3 for 5 from the charity stripe. Gets the first one. We're tied. Who would have thought this, J-Mo, outside of the Portland locker room? Same 2 clubs met at the end of February. Gonzaga defeating Portland in Spokane 90-40. 90-40. And look at it now, with everything at stake. Portland, the defending champs.
Well, and I think Meek's going to get whistled for this foul, kind of plowing through that screen.
Her third, team's fourth. Got to be careful with those fouls, J-Mo. Oh, wide open as Ejim does not want the mid-range.
Again, Portland mixing up the defense.
Bomb, Trong off.
Oh, Ejim relentless again on the board. Just missed that one.
Ejim has 7 offensive rebounds in this ball game. 7. Double-double. She and Hollingsworth both with double-doubles. Oh, magnificent. 2:15 left to go in this game. Pilots by 1. Meek dumping it inside Cochran. The block is going to go against Gonzaga. Everybody waiting to see if it was a block or a charge.
Yeah, and again, a great on-ball screen option here with Meek and Cochran. She slips the screen. Meek does a good job of getting it high. And you can see Ejim a little bit sideways, and that's her 4th foul.
Cochran now 3 for 5 from the charity stripe. Oh, how big are these free throws down the stretch for both clubs. Short on that one. Pilots by a deuce. 2:05 left to go in regulation. Kaylin Trong, ball fake, goes deep and hits.
Well, that's the first possession. She has looked smooth and like herself. Takes him off the bounce, gets Cochran over an outstretched hand to tie the ball game. You see the up fake and then just a great 1-2 dribble move, up and over. Great mid-range pull-up.
Has to go over Cochran to do it.
Yep.
Perfect form.
Great job of kind of moving her body in the air.
Kaylin Trong, who usually gives you 12 points a game with just the deuce. But a big one.
Yes, and in timely fashion, and exactly what this Zags need. Going into the last 2-minute stretch here is your veterans stepping up, making big plays.
.64 apiece, under 2 minutes to go in the 4th. Who can execute? Down the stretch, this big stage, the lights are white hot. Dickey, the USF transfer, will square. Stepping back, 3 is huge. How about Shear knew exactly where she was?
Well, just a smart heads-up play by the New Zealander, finding the three-point line and knocking it down. Big, big stick.
3-point lead for Portland. 1:20 left to go in the ball game right here. Kaylin Trong off the pick. Again, mid-range is right there for Kaylin. She's starting to feel it.
Well, a great read off the screen. Again, you didn't need a 3, you just need a solid shot, and they need a stop if you are a Gonzaga fan.
Great crowd is up and roaring here at the Orleans Arena. For the 2nd year in a row, these two rivals in a classic. Shear, bounce pass, Dickey, jump ball, possession arrow favors Gonzaga.
Well, Dickey with the penetration. Shear finding her feet behind the line and drills it. Nice job of Trong answering, getting around that on-ball screen. Pulls them with in one.
53.3 left. Last year, J-Mo, that possession arrow factored huge down the stretch and favored the Pilots at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's going to be, like you said, an execution. Who's going to do the little things? I think rebounding. Portland, if you were Portland, you have to have a one-and-done attitude, put a body on somebody, and not allow them to get the offensive board.
Wow, what a game this has been. Back and forth, lead changes, ties, no separation. Mighty Gonzaga on a 24-game win streak, taken to the limit. The last time they've lost November 26th against Louisville. The last time they've lost. And they trail by 1. Here we go. There's the pick. Again, Kaylin Trong feeling good about the mid-range. Cochran comes out to contest. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Bomb. Kaylin Trong. Jump ball favors Portland. Wedge right there. You rarely see that. You're going to need a pool cue to get that one out. Not so fast. Ejim's got you.
Yeah. You can see they were trying to go two-man game with Ejim and Trong. Ejim slipping the screen, and Portland's going to get this ball. They're going to advance it with a 1-point lead with 33 to go. And right now, there's a 3-second difference in the shot clock. Don't necessarily have to foul. You just have to have a stop here because of the advancing of the basketball.
That wedge, to me, favors Portland. The way Gonzaga's been crashing the boards.
100%, Ann. I mean, the chances of that happening, think about it. Good, decent look for Trong from the three-point line. The fact that it wedges it and then it goes to the jump, alternating possession, I mean, that's a big, big play.
All right, so nearly a 4-second differential between game and shot clock. This is going to be an interesting chess match between these two clubs. Like me, having his team ready like never before. One of the best coaching jobs I've seen by him in his tenure here at Portland.
I mean, think about it. The response from just a couple weeks ago, getting them ready. They came back yesterday down 16 to Santa Clara to pull out that victory and win by 2. And then to have your team, 33 seconds away from going to the big dance once again.
But Gonzaga is mighty dangerous with this much time left on the clock. The way they hit the boards, they've got scores galore on the floor. Interesting that Maxwell is not on the floor for Gonzaga at the moment. Defensive purposes, I think little is there. There's your possession arrow, and it favors Gonzaga. So the last thing that Portland could have happened just did.
Well, that's a tough break right there. You see she's getting the ball really close to the sideline, pivoting. Yeah, that's a tough call, a lot of contact.
Burnham tried to call a timeout. That's what you wanted right there if you're Portland, but she was unable to, and now the possession arrow flips to Gonzaga's favor. Wow, what a turnabout of affairs.
And we're gonna have 30 seconds to go. I mean, it's, do you wait and take the winning shot, or you go early?
Well, you don't need to go
too early.
Too early or too late, the way you hammer the offensive boards.
Oh, absolutely.
Put a shot up with what?
And what they've done, I mean, I'd go with 10 on the clock for sure.
That's exactly what I'm doing. 10 on the clock, and then just let the inside presence put one home.
Yeah, and I like what they tried to do in the last timeout situation, little two-man game with Trong and Ejim. I mean, you've got to get Ejim the basketball. They've got 0 timeouts, 0 to give, but Portland has 2 timeouts to go.
Game summary right now, the Portland Pilots leading by a singleton.
Well, and you look at the percentage, the 7 of 14 from the three-point line for Portland, who is a team that struggles from the three-point line at times and has all season. But their defense has been stellar all day, and right now they're 1 possession away defensively of going to the tournament. Big possession right here.
Maxwell back on the floor now without hesitation. Your three-point queen. Less than a second left between the differential clock and shot clock, game clock. Kaylin Trong, sheer, great matchup. Expect some kind of a high pick. Ejim now all the way to the rack. Wild shot into the hands.
And they're going to take a look at this to make sure they get this right. The call on the floor is Gonzaga ball.
Crashing the boards again, the Bulldogs.
Portland did a nice job of making them take a tough shot.
The call on the floor is Gonzaga ball. The player's under review.
That's Brenda Pantoja. Thank you, Brenda. Let's take a look, J-Mo.
Well, the shot goes up. Like I said, tough contested shot.
Boy, I don't know, J-Mo.
That's a tough one. You can see it hit. I just don't know if it touches the Gonzaga hand right at the last second off of Hollingsworth.
I think it did. I think it went off of Hollingsworth's fingertips. Now, whether they take that angle or not, I don't know. But it looked like it went off of Eliza's fingertips.
You're absolutely right.
And I mean, everybody's huddling, but bated breath right now on both sides of the ledger. One more look. Oh, heck, we can look at this 10 more times if we need to. Oh, man. It has to be conclusive.
Yes.
But this is what these reviews are all about.
And a huge call right here. I mean, if the ball goes to Portland, they'll advance it. You know, you got 10.9 to go. Gonzaga out of timeouts, will not be able to advance if they do get it back.
Pantoja, McCole Murray, looking at all the angles afforded them. Benny Luna waiting nearby just in case. All right, again, look at number 12, the fingertip right there, right there.
That's a great view by our cameraman.
Our crew has just been stellar this entire tournament.
Yes.
Ooh, let's take a look at this angle. Say, I'm J-Mo, I'm not going to change my mind whether they do or not, the officiating crew, and they've been great. I think it's off Hollingsworth.
I do too. You can see the ball spin just a little bit different on the touch. But just a huge call by the officials.
This crowd, they're all standing. They all understand the importance of this call. And you don't want to rush this.
No, you want to make sure you get this one right.
Great crowd here. Gonzaga always travels well. Portland, Pilot Nation, well represented as well. Gonzaga wants to host. Can they seal the deal with the comeback victory? We're getting close. All right, now Benny's going to come over and eyeball it. Fresh set of eyes. I'm available if you need me, Brenda. 67-66. Ball poked out of bounds. Initial call, Gonzaga's ball, trailing by 1 with under 11 to go. Again, the Gonzaga Bulldogs crashing the offensive board on the miss, and it could be their ball out of bounds to win it.
Well, that is the call on the floor right now, is Gonzaga ball.
There's the fingertip right there. All right, now Brenda, McCole, and Benny.
The call on the floor stands. It's going to be white ball. The clock would be adjusted to 11.3.
Wow.
Clock adjusted to 11.3.
All right, so the call stands. Gonzaga's ball, 11.3 left in the game, 11 on the shot clock. Gonzaga gets another crack at it to win it.
Well, this is where Portland relies on their pressure defense. Have to make them take a tough contested shot and then get a board.
Ejim, Kalen Trong. Ejim, Trong's got to put it up. And that'll do it. Are you kidding me? The Pilots do it again.
Well, just a great defensive effort by the Pilots once again. They rely on the team defense. Trong off the backboard at the buzzer. And they are dancing once again, these Portland Pilots.
Defending their championship in dramatic fashion. And now we may be celebrating too early. I have no idea what's going on here. Are they going to review this for a foul?
Oh, they're saying a shot clock violation.
So they're saying shot clock violation.
Yes.
You see it right there. The Pilots want to celebrate, and the officials are saying not so fast.
Yeah, I mean, you see right here, Emmy Shear getting the rebound here as the clock expires.
Hope they don't count that as a turnover.
Exactly, a travel.
So what we thought was the finale has now been suspended in dramatic fashion while Pantoja and Murray will go back to look at the all-important clock. Remember, there was just a smidgen of a difference, shot and game clock.
I think she let it go with 1.1 on the clock as it expired, and then Shear got the rebound, threw it up.
Gonzaga with multiple chances to win this thing at the very end. And right now, the Pilots up by 1. They should have the ball regardless of what is decided across the way. This has been one nutty game.
You know, and Portland has 2 timeouts if they needed to advance the basketball.
The Portland Pilots, your defending WCC champs, want to make it 2 in a row in stunning fashion. Great defense by the Pilots.
You can see the shot go up. She gets the ball, or hand on the ball, with 1 on the clock,
but it
does
goes
not
off her
have
hands.
possession.
Exactly.
Right there. So there could be 1 second left in this ball game. Regardless, like you said, Ann, it is going to be Portland basketball.
Gonzaga's got some options if there's 1 second. You foul, you put Portland on the line, but no timeouts left to advance it.
There will be 0.8 on the shot clock.
Okay, 0.8 on the shot clock.
Ball will be Portland ball, sideline.
Portland ball, advancing. All they got to do is inbound it, J-Mo.
You're absolutely right.
Possession arrow favoring the Pilots.
Yeah, everything right now in the Pilots' favor. They're going to call a timeout and advance it. I mean, they've been huddled for quite a while here. He's going to call a 30-second timeout, which is smart. You don't want to have the ball in any type of backcourt.
We know Gonzaga is out of timeouts. If I'm not mistaken, Portland's got 1 left.
You're absolutely right. They have 1 timeout left after that quick 30-second timeout.
This has been an incredible game by the Portland Pilots. A team that got boat raced by this Gonzaga bunch 90-40 less than a couple of weeks ago. What on earth has gotten into these Pilots?
Well, just an amazing team effort all the way around. We talk about their defense, but they are 0.8 away.
They inbound, and the game is official now. Portland, you go right ahead and celebrate.
Well, congratulations to the Portland Pilots, your WCC tournament champions back-to-back.
Snapping Gonzaga's 24-game losing streak, handing Gonzaga its first loss since November 26th. The Pilots are going dancing again, and nobody expected this.
No one except for anybody in that locker room right now. And you mentioned, Coach Meek and his game plan. I'll tell you what, they were prepared. They did a beautiful job of executing on both ends of the floor. Just a great team effort.
This one will be celebrated into the wee hours. A total team effort by this Portland crew that played the defense, got hammered on the offensive boards, and it didn't matter. Assisted, stole, selfless, they did it all.
What you just said is to a T, and that's exactly how they won that ball game. It was on both ends of the floor, sharing the basketball, making plays, and just playing with sheer confidence from start to finish.
Dickey, Burnham, Cochran, Shear, all finishing in double figures, and the bounce-back game by Lucy Cochran with the 11 points, 7 boards, and 4 blocks was epic. This celebration, oh my goodness, you'll never forget this, Portland Pilots, because nobody in the world gave you a chance.
Well, congratulations, 67-66, your WCC tournament champions.
For Jennifer Mountain and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Ann Schatz, saying so long from Vegas. Coming up next on ESPNU, SEC Inside Alabama, men's basketball. Pilots win again.